Hey, Paul here. Today I'm going to be talking about some basics with trading. A lot of what you've seen on my channel is moving averages and different kind of strategies, but I kind of want to go over some basics, which is 3 types of candles that you can look for when you're trading. Today I'm going to be going over one candle and a strategy that I do when I see these candles in the charts. The candle I'm going to be talking about today is a Indecision candle, and once I see this in the charts, I'm going to show you kind of like the strategy that I do once I see it. It's very easy because a Indecision candle is it's the point when the market can't make up its mind on which direction to go. So I'm going to show you what I look for when I'm looking for an Indecision candle, because basically that's the market saying it doesn't know which direction it wants to go. So first I'm going to show you what an indecision candle looks like and what I do to make my choices. So a lot of the times I'll make my trades if I see an indecision candle, but when you see the indecision candle, it's kind of like how you know which direction it's going to go. So I'm going to cover that in today's video. Okay, so for this example, it's good to have at least RSI and stochastic loaded as well. But what you want to look for basically is an indecision candle. I try to look for this on the hour because you'll probably get the best results from it. Now what you can see here with MicroStrategy is you can see a bunch of indecision candles right here. Indecision, 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 and most of these are indecision candles, so it's basically the market can't decide which direction to go. Whenever you see these indecision, you'll see that the RSI is actually pretty close to it's in a steady line here. So what you want to do is you want to kind of make a choice here. The indecision candle is basically when the market can't decide which way it's going to go. So, like this point right here, this is kind of an indecision. Yeah, that is an indecision candle. So, what I would do is I'd look at the indecision candle and I would base it off, okay, where's the RSI at right now? So, when the market can't make up its mind, the next thing you want to look for is either the RSI or the stochastic. And whatever direction the RSI or the stochastic goes is generally what direction it's probably going to go. So if we look at this indecision candle right here, and I'll make my entries on a indecision candle. So for MicroStrategy, we can see that the trend is going up. So I would come here and play this. Well, this is actually at the end of the market, it looks like, for MicroStrategy. But this is a 2-day move. Let's try to find another instant when there was a indecision candle. Now, I do this on the hour. You'll probably get the best results if you do it on the hour because it gives you more information for that candle. There's an indecision candle right here. So what we can see from this point right here, that the stochastic and the RSI both say it's an uptrend. So if you rode this out, you would have made almost a $2,000 move in 22 hours. That's with MicroStrategy, trading MicroStrategy. Let's see if we can find another moment. I want to kind of go into Bitcoin too. So we see it happen right here. Here's another indecision candle right here. So we could easily look at the stochastic and the RSI and see which direction it's probably most likely going. And we see that the stochastic is aiming down. We see the RSI heading down, so that's what I would put my trade in. And if you held this for a day, you could just held this move, you would have made $2,000 with MicroStrategy by trading it. Let's just do this. I want to do this 2 more times with MicroStrategy here. Then we'll go into crypto. We have a indecision candle right here. And we can clearly see that the direction is going up with looking at the stochastic and the RSI. So we came in here, we rode this out to about here. This would have been $735 right here. Let's look for another example. so we got a indecision candle right here. So what direction is the market going that we can see with the stochastic and the RSI? It's going up. So from this point right here, we would get into this trade. And for the next 24 hours, you would have made $2,480 for that move right there. So it's really simple. You just find, you wait on the candle, you wait for it to be an indecision candle, and then you look at your RSI and your stochastic. And whatever direction the stochastic and the RSI is going, most likely that's the direction that it's going to be going. So it's really easy to find. Let's just do this a couple more times, how easy this is to find. So you want to look for the indecision candle to be kind of in the middle there with the wick sticking out on both ends. That's an indecision candle. So you see it, can't figure out what to do here. So this is an uptrend, but it can't decide what to do until we look at the stochastic and we clearly see that it's going down. So if we came in even here and we rode this down, because that's what the stochastic says. Let's go here, 5 hours. 5 hours, you made $1,500. So let's do this one more time. And I want to go into crypto and show you that this works for crypto too. So here we go. Let's start with this one. We see the indecision candle right here. We look at the stochastic says up, and the RSI is looking like it's going up. So we ride this out from here, and we ride it here to a couple candles. Made $866 in 4 hours. So it's very good to make your moves. Just find the indecision candle, and then look at your RSI and your stochastic. Let's go look at crypto and show you the same thing works for crypto. Crypto lately has just been, there's a whole bunch of indecision candles. It's going sideways. It can't make up its mind what it wants to do, because you can see indecision, 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 indecision. It can't make up its mind what it wants to do right now. And you can see just a whole bunch of which way do I go, which way do I go. So lately that's what Bitcoin's been doing. It's been printing a bunch of indecision candles. There's one here, one there. A lot of these are indecision. So but let's just go back and see a moment when it's not in a sideways movement. Let's just see if this strategy will work. This is a bunch of sideways. This is a bunch of just indecision in the market. So let's see if we can find one. Okay, here's some brief moments. Like right here, you see an indecision candle. You look at the RSI, and it's telling you that it's going up. So this is for the next 3.5 hours. You would have made a little bit in a futures trade. You would have made a lot, but you would have made a little bit by just looking at that. Let's look at a couple more examples, see if we can find one. Here's a indecision candle right here. So if we rode this one out, we would look at the trend looks like it's going down, so you would go down. Okay, so let's just look at this. I'm going to do it 2 more times. I think you guys get the general idea. So we want to look for a indecision candle. Here's one right here. See, this one's indecision. Doesn't know which direction to go, but if you look at your RSI and your stochastic, you'll clearly see what direction it's going to go, and that's going up. So let's do this one more time, or a couple more times. That's not quite an indecision candle. Here's, I'll call that indecision. So what we can see right here is the RSI looks like it's still down, but it could go either way. But if you did, you could say that it looks like it might be going back up with the RSI. You could ride that out. ride that one there. That's a little bit of profit right there. Let's do one more. A bunch of indecision candles there. We see an indecision candle right here. So if we look at it, if we make our move right on the indecision candle, we can see that it's a trend. The trend is going up. So we just ride this out in the futures trade and we make some profit. So anyway, that's basically how you can read indecision candles and kind of figuring out what the next move is going to be. You want to be careful, because if you're in a situation like where we currently are with Bitcoin, it could possibly be printing, you know, indecision, 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 indecision. So you want to make sure that you're not in a moment where you're going sideways. Other than that, you want to check. I would load up the Impulse MACD and do the settings that I've talked about in my videos, because if you load up, let me just do that one real quick and show you. We want to go to Impulse MACD, and we want to just change our settings. We'll remove that. We're going to change this to a line, and we're going to change all these colors to a blue. We're going to bring up the opacity. We're going to make them all blue. Bring up the opacity. Blue. Bring up the opacity. Blue. Bring up the opacity. And we just need the max signal. We're going to make that orange, make it yellow. Make it something that stands out. And we change that to a line. And then we're set. And then we don't need any of this other stuff. So anyway, a good idea. And if you're going flatline, if you're going sideways, the Impulse MACD is going to show you it's going to be flatlined. It'll be flatlined if we're going sideways. So something like that or that. That's how you know you're going to go sideways. But other than that, just follow the indecision candles, and it could pretty much lead you into some pretty good profits. So anyway, I'm going to be talking about two more different kind of candles, and some moves you can make with these other candles. Today we talk about indecision. In the next 2 days I'm going to go over two different other kind of candles, and then I'm actually going to go over a formula after all this on how to use it for Forex. So other than that, if you guys like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.